So far this season, we have the best attack in the league. We also have the 6th worst defence. So logically, since you were last here, I went and signed another striker. But I think we can all agree he's rather good. He comes from Guadeloupe. He's Guadeloupean. I think that's how you'd say Guadeloupean. And I've never heard it said aloud. It's not exactly a nation I stumble across in my day-to-day life. But this man, Tariq Akonte, looks amazing. 23 years old, a pacey player, attempts overhead kicks as a trait. You already know he's going to be a good laugh. £550 a week, new star player, hasn't scored in his first 3 games. In fact, in 2 league games, 6.65 rating. In his debut that came in the FA Trophy, we lost and he got a 6.3 rating. Okay, look, I'll admit it, he's not exactly been the instant hit I was hoping he was going to be, but maybe today he can finally show up and make a difference. We've actually had a 2-week break since our last game, which means we come into this game against Bromley ready and fresh. After the game against Bromley, we have a game against Barnet too. We're heading towards that crunch point in the season. We're currently 1 point outside the playoffs. We have good goal difference. Hopefully today, we're going to close the gap on a group of teams which actually don't look all that out of reach. Yes, folks, how is it going? Welcome back to Park to Prem. I don't quite know how we're at episode 30 already, but I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad we are at episode number 30. Hopefully, it's going to be one to remember. We are still in the hunt for the playoffs. It is the start of March. I've not yet had our youth intake. Just as a reminder, it's absolutely rubbish. I don't know why I'm even mentioning it. I probably won't even now acknowledge the youth intakes happened. There is nothing to look forward to when it comes to youth and future here at Guernsey. I hope that will change with time. Now, of course, last episode we avoided defeat. We got 4 points from 2 games. It wasn't too bad, and since then we've gone on an okay little run of form. Over the last 2 months there or thereabouts, there's been plenty of wins. We have unfortunately crashed out the FA Trophy. What that does mean is we can now focus on the league. And well, after last episode's heroic win against Addons, we actually took on Eastleigh in back-to-back games. The first in the league, a 3-1 win, and a week later we took them on away from home in the FA Trophy, where we mustered up a 4-3 win. The goals were flowing, Brandon Charles on the score sheet twice, and unfortunately, that would signal the end of a short-lived winning run, because the next 4 games we did not win in. We drew 1-1 against Fylde, we then lost 3-2 against Torquay, a 2-2 draw against Maidstone. Wasn't the worst result, to end the month, but we were 2 goals up in this game. They scored in the 90th minute. Maidstone, by the way, still doing really well, still top of the table. Just as a reminder, they were newly promoted with us, and they are currently walking away with the league. After the disappointment of the draw against Maidstone, somehow a more disappointing draw against Gillingham. They were struggling massively. We had an XG of 2.95, 29 shots. We couldn't score. Their goalkeeper got an 8.2 rating. Yeah, it was one of those games. Good news, though, we did bounce back with a win in our very next game against Notts County, a 3-2 win, and LBM with the all-important winning goal. But after that, a 1-0 defeat to Bromley, who we take on today in the league, in the FA Trophy, saw us crash out the competition. It was 1-0, wasn't really a classic. As I mentioned, it was the debut for Tariq. Wasn't a good one for him. We did beat Scunthorpe United 3-0 earlier in the season. We hammered them in the return game, this time 4-1 at home. A somewhat flattering performance, to be honest. I don't think we were as good as the statistics suggest. You can see Scunthorpe had a few really good chances early on, but truth be told, we were the better team throughout the second half. And to be honest, despite the XGs being close, I do actually think we were a good team in this match. Rossi, NLBM and Willocks putting in some good shifts. Conte, the new signing, he got a 6.5 in a game where we've scored 4, which for a striker just isn't very good. Unfortunately, however, most recently we took on Aldershot. We lost this game 1-0. It was just under 2 weeks ago. What it does mean is, after a very hectic period of lots of matches, not a lot of rest, the players have had a chance to take 5, and we should be ready and raring to go today. You can see the league history for ourselves here. We have been constantly on the periphery of the playoffs. I'm going to hope that with the new signing of Tariq Akonte, we are going to be pushing into the playoffs. That is definitely my hopes, dreams and aspirations for this season. Right now, Woking are 1 point ahead of us, but we do have some really good goal difference, which could, at the end of the season, come back to be crucial. The league is very, very close. We're not that far away from the likes of Fylde in 4th. Truth be told, whether or not we could catch Maidstone, I think we have to admit, with 10 games left, we're not getting automatic promotion this year. Have got to acknowledge it though, NLBM currently top goal scorer in the league, 27 goals to his name. I'm still hoping that he's going to get that work permit at the end of the year. He's currently got his contract to 2030, a long-term deal. Kind of glad he's around because I think he could still be a very good player for us in this division and hopefully in League 2 as well. So we do unfortunately have one player missing for today's game. That is Katongo, who may not have even made the bench anyway, but he is suspended having featured in our most recent game. In terms of the team we're going to go with, we are going to be sticking with McDonald in goal. I've seen him come under some criticism in the comment section because, let's be honest, 53 goals conceded in 36 games isn't all that good. What I will say is he does actually tend to put in some pretty good performances. The fact he's averaging above a 7.0 rating, I feel like for a goalkeeper in Football Manager means they're doing the job to the best of their ability. We don't make him have an easy job in goal, really, with the way that we play. In the defence, you might have noticed here, Williams and Benjamin are the two players I am playing alongside each other, and this has kind of become the settled duo. It was something I experimented with last episode. We have still, of course, been rotating things, but with these two players playing well, Sam Roscoe has found himself on the bench. He was, of course, our starting centre-back, a really important part of the team, but he's just a little bit one-dimensional. He can jump and he can head, and that's kind of that. And to be honest, the two centre-backs that we're starting with are just a little bit better with the ball at their feet, and they're also two players that, when you look at their ratings for the last 5 games, have just been in some really good form. In the midfield, an ever-reliable player in Harry Kite has been a little bit questionable as of late. Not very good ratings for him. By comparison, Gibua, who, just as a little reminder, is the top earner at the club, is continuing to be kind of just, I don't want to say average, he's not super exciting just yet. I am looking at him, the 25-year-old, thinking, man, you're valued up to 900k. If I could sell him on for £900,000 in the summer, I'd probably consider it. He's been fine, he's not been bad, I'm not going to criticise him too much, but I guess with the amount of money we're throwing at him, you'd hope for maybe just a little bit more. Now in the final third, we've been in some really, really good form. Rossi has been playing superb out on the right-hand side. Of course, we have got to prepare for life without him, and one thing I've not really mentioned about Tarek, who is in blue here, is that he is a player who is very comparable to Rossi, can also play out on the right wing. You can see as well, 11 crossing for our Conte makes him a fairly usable winger as well as striker, and while you might have caught it, for today's first game, he's only on the bench. Charles is going to be starting alongside NLBM. These have been the two strikers in form for us. Brandon Charles has found himself playing a little bit less as of late. When I brought him on off the bench, he's not been exactly super impactful. But on his day, when he's playing at his very best, I think he probably is our second best striker, at least based on what we've seen on the pitch so far. You might be surprised to see Willicks out on the left-hand side still. Turns out that left midfielders just don't exist. At least not of the quality that I would like to sign at this moment in time. So, at least for the rest of the season, I think Kieran is just going to be the man with the plan. So going into this game, Bromley are in second place. When we took them on in the reverse fixture away from home, we only lost 2-1. We actually gave them a really, really good game. I want to believe that with home advantage, with some good options on the bench that we could look to bring on, we're going to be able to take the game to them. We've had a pretty good record in live commentaries against teams who are in and above us in the playoffs. So I'm going to hope we can keep that going here. Of course, this is not the kind of game that I feel like we absolutely have to win to make the playoffs, but what it would avoid, if we could win games like this, is any kind of drama to end the season. With 10 games left, I would like to, before the final days of the season, have a playoff spot secured. And you might have heard in my voice there, I really want the playoffs this year. I think it should be achievable. With the goals that we've been scoring, with the talent that we have, raw firepower could see us be a bit of an unknown quantity, an unpredictable quantity. We're a bit volatile as a team. We can't defend, but we can attack really well. I'm going to hope that that's going to be enough to carry us in the playoffs. And I think when we play at our very best, we can beat anyone in this league, and I'm going to hope that we can have a performance like that here. As Rossi plays into Brandon Charles, it's parried away, but it falls straight to NLBM. NLBM. He's up to 31 goals for the season. He's having a great time, the Frenchman, and I'm having a great time watching him. I mean, of all the finishes he's scored this year, this probably is going to be one of the more easy ones for him. The keeper made a really good stop initially, but well, it fell straight to NLBM for the rebound, and he's put it in the back of the net. Benjamin with the ball for us. The ball playing centre-back, a player who can really pick out a pass. He has the player trait, switches to opposite flanks, and he can really pick out a long-range pass when he needs to. As I say all of this, of course, now he goes for these short passes out from the back. He really could have gone for a big ball and really, shown what I was talking about. Instead, though, he's been patient, he's played it short, and we've grabbed a second goal here. It's Rossi with another assist to add to his catalogue. He's been getting a lot as of late, and it's Brandon Charles who was actively involved in the first goal. getting the finish here. Rossi with a through ball and Brandon Charles. He's very, very quick, this man. You send him in a straight line and he'll run like the wind. And I'll tell you what, that was actually an insane finish. We're 2 goals up against the team in second. And the reason you might be able to hear some pain in my voice there is because I wish we could do this all the time, but we've just lost against Aldershot, who are down below us in the league in our previous game. We play well against everyone above us, against all the bad teams. Is it complacency? Is it just the way that we play? I don't really know. Set piece for us to deal with here. Boateng with the free kick. Whipped towards the back post. It's headed away, but only as far as Dodds. Looking to keep the ball alive here. Bromley with plenty of men committed to the attack, but Rossi puts in a heroic tackle, the right winger. And now Gallagher looking to bring the ball forward. Plenty of players ahead as well. We are streaming on. It's Rossi. There's a man on the overlap. There's Gibua inside who's going to get the ball somehow and will bundle it into the back of the net for goal number 5 of the season for him. It's like he heard me saying that he's been a bit quiet. He's been a bit meh as of late. It's like he wanted to send me a message. We are 3 goals up in this game after 40 minutes. It was a little breakaway. Rossi again with the, I don't know if he will have been given the assist actually because the tackle, but it was an all-important pass played through. And Gibua wasn't the most sexy or conventional of finishes, but it's in the back of the net and they all count. I'm sat here with 4 minutes left of the half, well, 3 minutes now, thinking, I would like another. I'd like a fourth. I'll tell you what, we've been very, very clinical in this game, but what I will say is, although we've not created a lot, Bromley have yet to have a shot in this game. This has been a game that's been bogged down in the midfield quite a lot, but we are able to catch them out, and, well, we could catch them out here. Charles is through again. He's already scored one. This time it's going to be blocked away, but tell you what, Bromley are looking very, very average as we take them on here. I'm just sat thinking, you know, if they were to stay in second and we were to scrape a playoff spot, we could find ourselves playing them in the playoff semi-final. And based off this performance, I think I'd back us against them come the end of the season. Rossi, the right winger, he's got lost. He's out on the left, but he's going to put in a ball of quality. Headed away, Emerson to pick it. And, Bromley probably just going to be a bit relieved, to be honest, to not be under any pressure. As, I think half-time is going to come here, and we are going to go in 3 goals to the good. I feel like the last couple of episodes we've gone in at the break, or certainly at points in games, had, 1-2 goal leads and nearly fluffed them. I would like to think that 3 goals here is going to be enough to hold on to. It's been a quiet start to this second half. We're already an hour into it. Bromley have had a couple of shots, and we've not been creating a great deal. But to be honest, with the scoreline and how things are playing out, don't think we need to worry about it too much. I'm going to make a little change here, I think. I'm going to move Rossi off and bring in our Conte. I'm also going to bring in Merry in the wide areas. Let's give Tarek, our right wing, a chance to show us what he's all about. I know Rossi has played well this season, but he's also had his issues with injuries. So in a game like this, where it kind of feels like the job's done, I'd rather protect the legs of the Italian right winger. A player who, of course, is only on loan to the end of this year. I have looked to renew it, and I don't think Barry are going to let me take him for any longer. But hopefully that could change still, because he has had a bit of a breakout year this year after being a little bit average the last few. Free kick in a dangerous area is going to be kite over it. A man who has got a lot of assists this year from dead balls. Could he get one here? Whip back post, and oh my word, Tarek was lurking away at the back post, still looking for his first goal in Guernsey colours, and he was not far away there. With 3 minutes left and at 3-0 still, I think we can say this game is all done. This second half has not been a classic. It's kind of fizzled out a little bit, but the job was done in the first half. We didn't need to overcomplicate things too much. Even if they were to get one back now, I think I can confidently say we'll hold on. Maybe I shouldn't speak too soon. I kind of like the clean sheet. Boateng, oh my word, he's hit the crossbar. McGuinness, just get it away, mate. Okay, breathe, relax. You know what? You might think this is, over the top. I want to make sure we get the clean sheet. We're going to shorten the passing, try and see this out. There is 1 minute left, and we are going to get a clean sheet. It's a big, big win. It's a 3-0 victory. I think we more than deserve that on the balance of play. And despite a much better second half for Bromley, obviously a 3-goal lead is always going to be difficult to turn around in a game of football. Those are the kind of insights I know you guys tune into the videos for. I am full of many footballing kind of nuggets of knowledge. Apparently our fans want a permanent deal struck for Rossi. You mean Gianluca Rossi, who I've sold and did have a permanent deal for, but have loaned back. Now they want a permanent deal for him. Someone should let the fans know. Unfortunately, despite us winning, Woking also won, so we didn't actually move into the playoffs with that win there. What it does see us, though, is pulled slightly further ahead of the likes of Dorking and Walsall in 10th and 11th. Right now, it looks like it's going to be ourselves and Yeovil, and then the teams in the playoffs really vying for these spots. Of course, there are 6 playoff spots up for grabs. I'm hoping we're going to be able to get one of them, but, we need to start winning more consistently. Otherwise, we're just not going to catch some of these teams above. It's very, very close, though. 3 teams on 62 points. We're on 61. We could catch them still. Let's believe. Now, despite a 2-week rest going into this first game, the next game for us is against Barnet. It's in 3 days' time. It's an away day. They are currently in 13th. They were only relegated from League 2 last year. Kind of gives you an idea of how competitive this league is. The National League is just stacked full of talent. And the fact that a team can come down from the league above and be struggling in the bottom half kind of just shows how high the quality of teams is here. I feel like if you were to open up more promotion and relegation spots, especially in Football Manager, you'd see so many teams moving up and down and staying there. The National League, it's far too good for its own good. And obviously that has made our job tricky this year. Hopefully, though, we can win against Barnet. Maybe it'll be enough to move us into the playoffs. We've got an away day to look forward to as well. So don't go anywhere. So for today's away day, we are heading to Barnet, which is in West London. Yesterday, I said Dagenham was in West London. No, that's in East London, definitely. And I believe Barnet is somewhere around here. Barnet is a big borough. Where is the Barnet Stadium? It's around here somewhere. Okay, look, I wasn't a million miles away. It's near a Lidl, of course. There's Lidls everywhere. There is a Lidl invasion taken over. And here we have the Hive London, which is Barnet's football stadium, which if we look at satellite view, it looks like they've got solar panels. So give them a point for the solar panels immediately, and I can see a good car park. Can we go anywhere near the stadium? There's no roads nearby that we can go on, but there are some spheres here. Can we actually... Can we go on these? Do any of these work? Hello? Why are none of these working? Can I... If I try every single one, one's got to work... Okay, one's got to work eventually, he says. I guess this is a training ground and the stadium is over there. Can we go near the stadium? Okay. Maybe we can. So we have the stadium here. They've got lovely little, facilities next door to the stadium itself. Can I actually go down the stairs? Oh my word, I can. Good car park. Club shop. Wait, can we go in the club shop? Oh my word. Get me in there. I want to see more. What have we got on sale? Barnet. Great kit. Good, strong kit. It's probably outdated at this point. This is from 2015. The Barnet 2015 kit was a banger. I couldn't click on the spheres on the overview bit, but can I just keep moving inside? Oh my, we can keep going. Where are we here? We're in a lounge. This is the Hive Fitness Centre. They've got a pool table. Can we get a view of the pitch? Oh my word. I feel like I'm on an actual stadium tour here. Does anyone else feel like they're on a stadium tour? What have we got condiment-wise? We've got mayonnaise, vinegar, mustard. Tommy K is there as well. I can see some brown sauce too. I'll tell you what, this could be heaven. Can I maybe go through here and have a look? Is it... Wait, I found the changing rooms. Okay, this is the home changing rooms. Very, very shiny. They're not revealing any tactics ahead of the game. Can we go in and review the showers? Okay. How tidy are the Barnet toilets? We're not in the toilets anymore. We're going out onto the pitch. This is like I'm fully simulating the match day now. I'm going out the dugout and we're onto the Hallow Turf. I mean, look at this. It's not a massive stadium, but it's a nice little modern stadium. I'm a very big fan. Barnet, you've got a cool ground. Can I go take a kickoff? Oh my word, I actually can. I'm living out. I feel like I'm actually a football manager right now. I mean, not the managers stand here. Can I go in the dugout? Where is the dugout? Okay, look, if I'm going to be hypercritical, not the best dugout I've ever seen. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fine, but I like dugouts, the little roofs over the top of them and stuff. It feels more proper. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I'm just wondering if I can go anywhere else that I didn't go before. Where are we now? If Barnet do stadium tours, I really am stealing away their income by just going on this tour myself, although I suppose you could just view it yourself on Google. Okay, we can actually look from where the dugout is. This the dugout bit? This is the dugout. I'll tell you what, I feel like I've been on a little adventure around Barnet's ground here. I reckon it'd be good for a game of hide and seek. In terms of away days, very, very strong. Not loads of exciting facilities around the edges, but I am a big, big fan of this stadium, and also the fact that we could do so much of a tour. So, you know what? The Hive London, I'm going to give you a solid 8.5 out of 10. I know, it's a big score. Not got a cinema, not got mini golf, though, so I couldn't give it any closer to a 10. It's not York City, but then nowhere ever is. Okay, after that brief adventure, I have now got to play Barnet in Football Manager. Just as a little reminder, that is why we're here. This is going to be an interesting little game for us. Going into this match, I am going to change things up ever so slightly from the last match. Maybe a temptation to rest the players a little bit more, but to be honest, condition across the board, I don't think is too bad here. Kite Apparently doesn't need a fitness test. He's still coming back from a little bit of a knock. So you know what? We'll give it a chance to bring in Iwemene. Elsewhere, I am giving our Conte his debut. And you might have noticed, I am going to play him as an advanced forward alongside NLBM. Now, I know when you look at this for the first time, as a Football Manager fan, you think, two advanced forwards next to each other, that can't be very good. Generally, you want someone occupying the kind of space in behind. And whilst that is, somewhat true, especially at higher levels, I actually find at lower levels of play, just having strikers who sit on the shoulder of the last defenders and really push, defences deep is the way to go. Obviously, NLBM has been thriving as an advanced forward, and I'm interested to see if our Conte alongside him could do a similar job. Maybe lacks a little bit in the finishing, but besides that, and maybe a couple of the mentals, this man is ready-made for this role. He should be able to shine in it. I'm quietly confident that maybe in his third start for the club and his second in the league, he is finally going to get and break his goal-scoring duck. I really feel like I've bigged him up a lot now, our Conte. If he never scores for us or he never ends up being very good, he's on a lot of money for a little while. He has signed like a long-term contract at the club. I've put a lot of eggs in the Conte basket. I'm just going to hope the basket's not got a hole in it. It's actually going to be able to do its job and maybe grab us a goal or two here. I feel like every time a highlight starts this game, I'm going to anticipate it. It's going to be the time he finally scores. If he goes up throughout the rest of the season without scoring, would it be premature to sell him at the end of the season? Maybe slightly, but you know what? We're going to show some faith in him. G-Cock is bringing the ball forward for them and hits it long. Benjamin takes it down really nicely and is going to look to go long to our Conte. Here he is, and he's missed the one-on-one. I thought for a second it might fall to NLBM. It hasn't. It's a golden opportunity. Gibua, that's not what we needed right there. His shot goes over. It's still 0-0. Worst thing is, I can't be sure he's going to get a better chance than the one he's just had there. That was a really good opportunity to get his first goal. It was a great ball forward as well. Gibua's won the ball in a decent area here. NLBM, the top goal scorer, he's going to dance through the middle and hit it. Truth be told, I never truly believed he was going to score from there. McGuinness at right back with the throw-in inside to Gibua. McGuinness laying it inside to Iwemene, who's come into the team today. I thought that was in the back of the net. It's ruffled the side netting. I thought it was in. It's not. I got a bit carried away. It would have been a sensational goal if the centre mid had managed to score it. That said, it's all action and it's continuing here. It's been a lively start to this game. Pai is bringing the ball out of the defence for them. Rossi just trying to harass the player a little bit and try and force a turnover in possession. Unfortunately for us, Barnet have held on to it. And oh my word, they have now hit the woodwork themselves. That would have been an outrageous goal if it had gone in and beaten the keeper from there. I think the crossbar might still be shaking, but the good news for us is it's not in the back of the net. It's still 0-0. Oh, let's try and remain calm. This has been a lively start. It could get worse. They're through on goal one-on-one again, and this time it's bundled wide for a corner. I need to shout shouty stuff at the players. I've only just shouted at them, though. I want to shout at them some more. Corner for us to deal with here. Giddings, he's going to put it in. Revan under it, but it's headed away. Willock's going to see that out. Breathe a sigh of relief, everyone. I don't know how it's still 0-0, but with less than half an hour played, we probably could have had 3 or 4. Revan at right centre-back, of course. You might have noticed it. Barnet playing this 3 at the back system. We came up against it last episode, and it did cause us a couple of issues, so I am somewhat worried about this, but nothing we need to panic about just yet. Our Conte going to win the ball in a good area. Willock's now bringing it forward. NLBM lurking away in the middle. Gallagher at left-back. Bringing the ball forward. Only 1 assist to his name all season so far. Could he get one here? I'll tell you what, it wasn't a bad ball in. It's dealt with, but only as far as McGuinness, who's going to dink it forward. Pai heads it away, but Rossi is under it. He's going to try and put it into the middle. It's dealt with well again. We are being very direct in our intentions, I suppose, to get the ball into the box, to really try and craft out opportunities. In saying that, though, they're on the attack here, and Tiofo has taken it forward. Benjamin's cleared it off the line. I'm not enjoying what I'm seeing here. They've got in behind us too much already this game. I'm going to change things up just a tiny little bit. I'm going to just lower our defensive block and also our defensive line just to sit a little bit deeper. Maybe invite the defence forward that Barnet are playing with. And then when they do get invited forward, there's going to be a little bit more space for us to get in behind. Of course, if you're constantly pressing against a team, they're often going to be penned back. And as a result, there isn't much space if you do win the ball to get in behind them. Equally, in that half, Barnet had a few really good opportunities, as indicated by the XG chart with these big spikes, where they did get through one-on-one. And to be honest, despite maybe having a couple of opportunities of our own, somewhat lucky that it's only 0-0 at the break. Couple of minutes into the second half, Iwemene on a booking I do not like. Let's bring in Harry Kite. Elsewhere, it's not been a good day at the office for kind of our front four. Rossi's on a 6.3. I think for now I'm going to keep some faith in him and leave him on the pitch. But if he continues to perform like that, might have to send Will Merry to go and get warmed up. Already 15 minutes into this half as well. Not a great deal happening for either team. We've had 33% of the ball in this match. Barnet have been dominating the play. I assume they've been playing it around their defence just exceedingly, just by the fact they've got such high ratings. We now have a chance of our own, and I'll tell you what, it's not pretty. It might be somewhat against the run of play. Harry Kaiser's come on off the bench, and he's put a ball in the box for Williams. Okay, well, we found a breakthrough. As I said, their centre-backs for Barnet were on really high ratings, which, given the fact that they've had a load of the ball, makes me think that they've just been passing it amongst themselves, which, all of a sudden, is kind of okay. I don't mind it if they just want to have it at the back, as long as they can't get it into the final third. Doesn't bother me. They can have the ball all they want. Have 66% of it. Enjoy it. Possession doesn't win you matches, Barnet. I say that, I could still see them get back into the game. They've got a chance here. Egan, back to Pye, who at centre-back is on a booking. He's going to have to be a little bit careful here. We need to be a little bit careful here, though, because Carter's through. They've hit the woodwork again, and I'll tell you what, we are living very, very much on the edge here. I'm going to change things up ever so slightly. I'm going to drop Willocks and Rossi. Going to move Kite to centre mid on defend. I'm going to take off Tarek, who's not been good today, and bring in Charles. And I think I'm going to hold on to one last sub with 10 minutes left. Just looking to drop everyone a little bit deeper, just create a slightly more solid defensive shape, especially in the midfield. 4 minutes left here. I'd be kind of relieved if we could just see out this game. Just as I went to make these instructional changes, I think a highlight was about to begin, but it's ended, only to be restarted with another right away. I've just dropped things down a little bit. Just want to see us hold on to the ball that little bit more. Maybe a chance here, actually, because Barnet have committed men to the attack to find a breakthrough. NLBM to the byline, gives it back to Gallagher at left back. Kite, Gibua, could shoot, does shoot. Just over. 3 minutes of added time, and just as I was hoping this game was going to come to a nice, calm finale, there on the attack, it's Grossart bringing it forward. He could be one-on-one here, drifting in from a wide area. McDonald gets a massive hand to it to turn it round the post. And I'll tell you what, Barnet are knocking on the door. There is 2 minutes left here. Ball whipped back post. Egan nodded across the line. McGuinness gets it away, but only as far as Pye. Senior Pye hits it. His shot goes over. Can we end the game now, please? Can we just end it here? Please, Football Manager. I just want the win. It's a bit of a smash and grab in terms of possession. We did have the chances to win the game. But on another day, this could have been a radically different result. A really weird game, which we've won 1-0. And despite looking maybe a little bit susceptible defensively, all the defensive players have got really good ratings at the end of it. So who am I to judge? I'll tell you what, a good day gets even better. That was a really hard-fought win, and because Woking drew, we actually now move up into the playoff spots. We sit in 7th. There's 8 games left of the season. Now we just have to try and hold on. Also, good news that I only know because we've had to pay Gibua £2,000. We have now officially avoided relegation this season, so huzzah. It still feels like a lot can change between now and the end of the season, but I'm going to really cross my fingers and hope we can hold on to this playoff spot. When we play at our best, I feel like we are deserved of a spot here. It's just about finding a little bit of consistency as we go into this crunch point at the end of the season. We have got some rather difficult games between now and the end of the season. South Shields should be straightforward. I'm looking at the likes of Chesterfield away with a little bit of tentativeness. Yeovil we also have to play. Woking we also play. Of course, the team we're battling in and amongst the playoffs. Our final game of the season is going to be against Boreham Wood, who are in 12th. That is a game that we might well need to win a spot in the playoffs, and that could be potentially when we're back next time. I'm not entirely sure just yet. I really wanted today to be all about Tariq. Truth be told, it's difficult to make it about him. He's done absolutely nothing. Hopefully he will have scored by the time you return tomorrow. Next time we're going to be back to wrap up the season. Will we be in the playoffs? We may even start playing the playoffs next time. You're going to want to be here to watch it and find out. Until next time, take it easy. Thank you for watching. It is me, Jack. And I'll see you again to do this all again tomorrow. I'm out.